We got a lot going on in both places. The story is absolutely ramping up, so buckle in. We're in for a ride from now until the end of the season. But for now, we will be back for the post show, Noah and I, so don't miss us too much. But in the meantime, we absolutely hope that you enjoy the show, that you'll stick around for the post shows. We got a lot of goodies for you. For now, have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you in a few.
Rachel!
Eric, are you okay? What are you doing out here?
I was looking for you. We can't be out here. It's not safe.
I can't do it anymore, Eric. I can't stay in the Foundation while Faith is out here. Somewhere. Why doesn't anyone care about finding our daughter anymore?
I do. I searched for her for days.
I know.
But it's getting more dangerous out here by the day. We have to be more careful. Think about what happened to Xavier. And Krista was attacked.
You're thinking about Krista a lot lately.
She's a friend. You're my wife. And I love you. Please, come back inside.
I can't. I met a woman in the Withering. She was looking for her kid too.
You can't trust what you see out here.
No. This was real. I know it.
You can't keep going off alone. We have to work together with the Foundation if we want to find Faith.
What if I told you I found a way to bring Faith back?
Another ritual?
It's an older text, darker than the rest of Radcliffe's writings, but it promises true sight. For a price.
What kind of price?
An eye.
An eye? Whose eye?
Does it matter?
Rachel, you're scaring me.
This is what it takes.
How do you know that for sure? All of the rituals that we've tried so far have failed.
This is different. So either get on board with this or stay out of my way.
A lot of roses so far. By the time the memorial happens, you won't be able to see the fountain. Come on, let's get out of here.
Heard your daughter turned herself in for murdering her kid. And now you come here?
Please, I'm sorry. I meant no disrespect.
No disrespect. You being here is disrespect. You need to leave.
Don't listen to them. They're not worth your energy. Let's go.
Something is coming. No, we need to stay here.
I want to see what's happening.
I said no.
I need to see. Please.
Who's that?
Her child is missing too. She was looking for her.
Where? Here in town?
No. Here, but not here. It's hard to explain. But I think she's connected to what happened to Orson somehow. I need to find her. It's almost like I dreamed her. But I didn't. I'm sorry. I must sound crazy to you.
Not really. I have Leo accusing me of damaging his bar when I know I didn't. I don't understand why he would think that. He's either lost it or I have.
For what it's worth, I believe you.
You do?
I think people have their ideas about you, and they're ready to make you suffer for them. But we can't let them.
Who's that?
I don't know.
Wait, where are you going?
To find out.
What?
Is Faith still missing?
Barbara, I thought you left.
And now I've returned.
No, I do not presume. But I also see that Raina Murray here says Rachel gets too much hate. She did everything because Xavier tells her, and then gets mad when she questions reasonably. Meanwhile, Krista questions everything. So we do have Rachel, really her marriage, as you said before, Leila, in the pre-show, unraveling in front of our very eyes. She did get an "I love you" there, which was nice. But what do you make of all this?
Oh man, no, so much going on, right? First of all, she does do quite a bit of what Xavier tells her, but she does it willingly, right? Like, we can't remove her agency from this whole pyramid-shaped self-improvement scheme, right? She was pretty gung-ho about it in the beginning, and only now is coming around to question things, as again Krista has been doing for most of this entire time. And meanwhile in Norway, things continue to unravel spectacularly, a thing we will surely revisit, but for now, let's actually take a look at something that happened in Norway, where Carl's relationship with Ava takes a dark turn when he watches her as she becomes transfixed by a dark, horrifying scene. So let's take a look at that scene that we just watched one more time. And here we go. Okay.
Yes, this has been really harrowing. Eva, we all know, let's just say it, Eva is creepy. We're all scared. We do not know what's the deal. I saw some speculations in chat. I cannot confirm or deny anything. I honestly do not know. But she does creep me out. And in the scene that we just saw before, she was out creeping herself even. Like, it reminded me, remember the rabbit story?
Yeah, that creepy monologue. I mean, she's so creepy. She's causing technical difficulties for the post-show, That's pretty powerful.
That's some of her powers, and we don't know what caused the monsters to, become ablaze. But I don't know, something's fishy about her, and I am starting to really feel, as time progresses, I feel bad for, Carl needs help. I don't know. Eva is spooky. Why is she the only one who seems to care about him?
Yeah, Carl needs to learn how to ask for help, I think, is step one here. But in terms of, the monsters being set ablaze, we did see listen, there's a big fiery monster stomping around Norway, right? That's kind of step one there. But Carl's whole part in this absolutely needs to be to again ask somebody for help, not only with the visions of fire that he seems to be repeatedly experiencing, but also with, I don't know, the creepy teenager that keeps giving him terrifying monologues about rabbits, and then also now becoming absolutely hypnotized by monsters being set on fire and saying frankly troublesome things. So hey Carl, it's time. It's time to talk to your daughters. It's time to reach out to somebody because I don't think you can handle this by yourself, bud.
Right, and we do have a call decision that's opening today. We are asking you to decide how will Carl handle Eva being drawn towards the monsters, and that will be a fate decision here. Leo says, Carl, man up. You said it, not me. But we have three options here. So how will Carl handle Eva being drawn towards the monsters? Would he force her to stay hidden, redemption, which, by the way, she really does. She does a bad job at hiding. He needs help hiding. Or go confront it alone, which is the suffering option. I want to see some suffering. Or let her get closer, which is the domination option. So we do have this decision that's opening today. Again, use your influence points, make a decision here. And yeah, we had the blazing monster running around Norway. And we also saw one of your decisions that was chosen. We saw it live. We saw Astrid believing her sister Brit, right?
Mm-hmm. Team Damnation pulled it out, though I did see Redemption have a go at it, right? We ended up, I think, at like 46, 49 instead of a 46, 50 or something. But, you know, at the end, Astrid went with her sister's story, which, again, we still don't quite know the truth of what happened. We only know what the girls kind of say is their perception, which is the crux of this entire thing. We have another chat highlight saying, finally a non-redemption choice. Yeah, chat, we have seen that you guys have been cheering for anything but redemption. So yeah, here you go. A big W in the chat for all of you who are itching for a non-redemption. But again, interesting that as I keep pointing out, the nice thing is not the redemptive thing, right? Just saying, just going along with Brit's story, which is unverified.
Right. So in this beautiful sisterly moment, finally we get a break here of the tensions, and they they're both going through this potential gaslighting thing, and they are kind of trauma bonding here.
A little bit, yeah. And I mean, like, you know, as an older sister, I guess I can see that the redemptive choice should be giving your little sister a lecture, right? Because it's the right thing to do, and we're justified in doing it all the time. A thing I'm sure my brother would agree with.
All the time. It's permanent. But yeah, like, it was a sweet moment. I wonder how it's going to come back and bite us in the butt.
As it is sure to, absolutely. But hey, in case folks missed it in the pre-show, let's have another chat about the Fate and Hope system. Noah, this time it is on you to tell our dear audience about these functions.
I loved explaining about this. So we have the decisions and endurances and the puzzles, and all of them contribute to whether a character will face redemption, suffering, or domination in the Silent Hill Ascension final, and their fate will be decided across the length of the season. So a character's hope needs to be high enough for them to survive a crucial story moment. So remember, endurance, puzzles, decisions, these all affect the fate and hope. So we do have a decision. Tomorrow we'll have a decision be finalized regarding whose eye are we going to take out here. I'm so excited. I love it when we take. Sorry, I may be too excited, but I'm excited.
I was gonna say, I'm glad I'm not near you and you're handling any sharp objects, just based on your tone there. I feel like throughout the hosted show, we've really uncovered your and Eduardo's proclivity for violence. And as your friend and coworker, it is mildly concerning.
It's all a catharsis through the show. In real life, I am the sweetest, and I see the Johnny Zombie boy is saying Pirate Rachel. You said it, Johnny. I didn't say it. Maybe tomorrow, tune in. who knows how it's gonna end.
That is 100% going to be up to you, the audience. Let's check in on where that decision stands right now. Actually, we got the eyeball choice. What will Rachel do with the forbidden ritual? Redemption choices burn the book. Suffering choices sacrifice her own eye. Nobody seems to want to take Eric's side. Team Eric over here. Fair enough. And it seems like it is 45-45 for burn the book and sacrifice her own eye. So if you want Pirate Rachel, you are going to have to stay on that. And it is, as we said, a fate choice. And, I'm just saying, but it's been kind of a while since Toby died. Sure. Me sounding like a mob boss. Sure hope nothing is coming down the pipeline.
Yeah, I don't know. Keep an eye out, ladies and gentlemen. And somebody here, Atai, says justice for Toby. I don't know if we'll ever get that, buddy.
No, I've been asking for it for weeks. I think we're stuck in the justice list trenches over here. But hey, we have a ton of updates for you, all of you today, our audience. First, Noah had the chance to sit down with Stefan Bugai and interview him about the recent release of the official soundtrack. So production is going to load that up for you. It's about 7 minutes long, and we will see you on the other side. So stick around.
I am here again with the wonderful Stefan Bugai. Thank you so much, Stefan.
Thanks for having me, Noah. Excited to be here.
So excited to talk to you about this particular topic, which I've been stoked about since the very start. Yesterday, we announced that the Silent Hill Ascension soundtrack, the original soundtrack composed by Necoface, it's a collaboration between Skinny Puppy's Kevin Key and Eric Peterson of In Quantum. So the original soundtrack is now available on major streaming music services. So this is so awesome. I've been waiting for it for so long. And Stefan, I really wanted to talk to you for myself and the audience about it. So please tell me how that came about.
I am super excited talking to you because I'm super excited about the soundtrack. It came about because I've been a Skinny Puppy fan since I was about 12 years old. And when I heard that Yamaoka-san was inspired in part by early Skinny Puppy work in creating the first Silent Hill soundtrack, and Konami suggested that we go in our own direction for our own take on Silent Hill with a composer, I reached out to Kevin because I thought it'd be super cool to kind of bring it full circle and have that influence, the influence on me for my entire career and an influence on Yamaoka-san, come in and get involved and become the composer on Silent Hill Ascension along with his new composing partner Eric and their project Necoface.
Right, and Eric is from In Quantum, which is also an awesome project, and it's such a dream come true. Really, I'm freaking out, and I'm also wearing my a little goth nod to our beautiful industrial godfathers that we are collaborating with here. And Stefan, tell me a bit about the process. How much was the communication between you and Necoface?
It was great. So we basically communicated weekly, and we started working on the soundtrack before we even had final scripts or final cinematics for sure. And so what we did was we'd meet each week and we'd start talking about who are these characters that we have in Silent Hill Ascension? What are the story themes of our particular journey through the Silent Hill universe? And start breaking it down into, we're going to have themes about this character, musical themes about this character, and musical themes about this story theme, our main theme. And once we broke it down into the kinds of songs that we wanted to create for the soundtrack, Eric and Kevin would go in the studio, write some music, send us the scratch tracks. We'd listen to it with Evan and team from Bad Robot, and then give feedback on it. Does this fit the mood? Is it the right kind of feel for this particular character and their emotional journey? And really, Kevin and Eric locked into what Silent Hill was and what our version of Silent Hill was so quickly that very little feedback had anything to do with them not getting a theme or a character journey musically. It was generally more about like oh, well, we could up the pacing on this one, or more noise on that one, or perhaps we add some screaming to the background of this one, or take this other instrumentation out and make it more stark. So it was really more about pacing, tone, and layering than them not getting it, which was a super fun experience because it was just working with two expert composers to sculpt the exact sonic signature that we wanted for our experience.
Yeah, it's kind of suspicious, Stefan, how you arranged the project where you get to do this. I wonder. I'm so jealous. No, but I'm also, this is so great. They really nailed it. It's like such an organic fit, like a perfect fit, and really the influence of the original soundtrack, how it was influenced by Skinny Puppy, and then back, Skinny Puppy getting influenced back by it. So it's such a beautiful thing to see together. And like for other fans, which I'm sure we have here in the audience, like the genre is all about the layering. And Stefan, is there a part of the soundtrack that's like your favorite?
So I don't really have a favorite. I think it's all wonderful, but coming from an industrial music background, I especially love the stuff that's got the heavy basses and the drones and the dark rhythms and pounding rhythms and that kind of thing. But the other kinds of moods that we have in the Silent Hill Ascension soundtrack also draw on other parts of Kevin and Eric's careers. You know, we've got the Tear Garden with Kevin and Edward Caspell, which has that electronic underpinnings, but also different kinds of instrumentation like guitar and so on. So we've got a little bit of that feel in the soundtrack. We've got the stuff that Kevin did with Download, a little noisier, a little more ambient in places. We've got that kind of feel in the soundtrack. The stuff that Kevin did in his solo projects, like Music for Cats, Ghosts of Each Room, which feel like soundtracks to movies that never got released. And so that kind of soundtrack feel also makes its way into the Silent Hill Ascension score. And that was really fun because it was an opportunity to work with two masters of composition to draw on all of the different musical toolkits that they have to sculpt the kind of sonic signature we wanted for the Silent Hill Ascension experience. And that was really, really fun.
Right. It sounds so like it's as layered as our characters. It really does reflect them so good. And I always think about the process, the Skinny Puppy album, when I think about Pennsylvania. It's like, it's such a perfect fit. So, Stefan, thank you so much for talking us through this amazing thing. And I do want to remind everybody here in the audience that the official soundtrack is now out, and you can stream it on music services such as Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube Music, and Amazon Music. So go and listen. I know I'm gonna listen because I love working on my spreadsheets while creeping myself out with soundtracks, horror soundtracks to be specific. So thank you so much, Stefan.
Thanks for having me. Thanks to the audience for coming with us on this journey. I hope you love the soundtrack as much as I do.
Welcome back, everybody. I would say I hope you enjoyed that, but we were watching the chat. We had talks about leitmotifs and soundtracks and all sorts of musical nerdery. So I see that chat is my people, music dweebs. So I'm glad you guys had a good time. And for now, we have some dev updates that Noah's going to read out to you.
I'm sure gonna read it to you. So, the stickers you see on screen are available for everyone to use. Look at those beautiful stickers. I'm so proud of them. Our team has also made a number of additional rewards obtainable as well as a few extra ones to give you a little bit of extra variety for our return from the holiday break. So let's talk about the Toby and Eric stickers for a second. They're so great.
That Toby one, when I saw it in our internal chat, sent me our team. We had a couple artists that do the stickers. Knock it out of the park every single time. I have never laughed harder. That Toby one, I want to use it at like for business purposes. You know, I don't know if those team members want their names shouted out, but I know who you are, you know who you are, and great job.
Shout out to this rules, and I'm glad the chat seems to be enjoying it too. But let's pull up the dev updates graphic. We'll start talking about those because we do have some updates for you. We do have main interface updates and improvements. We have view past cameos, and we have new minigame levels, fixes, and improvements. And the lovely Layla will explain more about all of those.
Absolutely. So overall, we are, as always, working on improving the experience for you, the audience. Please continue sending us your feedback. Hopefully, you've had a responsive experience with our very hardworking team that handles all the feedback. But we have updated the main interface. I am sure you've noticed there is quite a, the main chunks are still the same, but now when you log in, you really see the show if it's playing, upfront and personal. There's also now a feature to view past cameos. So, if you're looking to look back on your glory days, that is now something that will be available. And as always, we got new puzzle levels, fixes, and improvements. And it's such a special Wednesday, Noah, because usually we just have one graphic, but today we have two.
Lucky us. So here's the other part of our dev updates. We have avatar system remember settings and bug fixes and episodes reordered to optimize catching up, making it easier for everybody, and other bug fixes like player progress, latency, loading screen, etc.
Absolutely. So again, overall, improving the experience, that is our priority as we go through the show here. So we've received feedback about the avatar system forgetting settings, and now that has been fixed, obviously. A lot of these are self-explanatory, so I'm basically just going to repeat what Noah said. The episodes have been reordered to optimize catching up, so if you need to go back and revisit something, the catch-up modal is now a little bit better ordered for you. Not only that, but the 7-minute catch-up video lives there. So if you're just looking for like a condensed version of the story, you can access that. But you don't know what? We've had a packed show today. Got a lot going on. A lot will continue to go on.
This was a lot.
I know English is no longer a language that's accessible to me. But hey, you guys have been so great about sticking around. We see our regulars in the chat. Don't forget that tomorrow, there's a potential to see Pirate Rachel, as I guess we're referring to her now. That eyeball decision will be
eye out. Keep an eye out, you see?
Keep an eye out. So if you've been here the whole time, please make sure you keep being here tomorrow and come back and see the show, even though we're not here to guide you, to see how that decision will pay off. But stick around in the app to play some mini games again to raise that hope, get some IP, and we have one final graphic about our next show. Da-da-da-da. So, pre-show, as always, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 5:40 Pacific. Show itself Monday through Friday at 6 Pacific. And this particular Friday, you get yet another interview with the effervescent, the wonderful, the one-of-a-kind Martin Montgomery, one of my great buddies here on the production. But for now, Noah and I shall retire into the cocooned life support pods that production keeps us in between shows. We will be back. Thank you all very much for joining us as always. Have a wonderful evening.